Students, this is note number 2 for lesson 7, database and DBMS. An introduction. We have already learned about it, database management system. Let us understand different types of database objects. The first one that we'll be seeing is table. Now in Access or in any database management system, rows and columns are referred to as records and fields. Okay, rows and columns are referred to as records and fields. And all the tables are composed of horizontal rows and vertical columns. I hope you remember we have learned about this when we're studying spreadsheet. So all the tables are composed of horizontal rows and vertical columns, and it has small rectangles which are called as cells. Okay, and in the places where rows and columns intersect. So cells are those places where rows and columns intersect each other. Now a field is a way of organizing information by type, by its type, whatever type of information is that, either it is numeric or alphabet or decimals. Okay, so a field is a way of organizing information by its type. Okay, now let us see how a table looks like. Think of a table to be a field name of the field, as a question, and every cell within that field as the answer to that question. Okay, think of the field name as a question and every cell within that field as a response to that question. Like for an example, you can see here that last name is the field name. Okay, last name is the field name, and all the information contained in the cell in this field name is the response to the question. What question? For example, what is the last name of Tracy? Right? Beckham. That is what you can notice here, right? Beckham is one of the cells present in the field name, that is last name. And you can see here that the answer for that question, what is the last name of Tracy? The last name of Tracy is Beckham. So this is one of the examples of table. Okay, now let us understand about the second database object, query. Query refers to finding out, okay, to find out data results. So a query is a request for data results and for action on data. We can use a query to answer a simple question, to perform calculations, or to combine data from different tables, or even add, change, or delete table data. So we can use query to answer simple question. We can also use it to perform calculations or to combine different data from different tables. We can use it also to add, change, or delete table data. For an example, suppose if we request to get a record of the student with roll number 12. Okay, so all the information present regarding that student whose roll number is 12 will be presented. So a query is what? A query is a request for data results. In this example that we saw, query is a result for the data of that student whose roll number is 12. Let us see an example how a query looks like. You can notice here query 1. This is about the employees, okay, those people who work in a company or in a school. Employees. You notice here that the information about the employee's last name, first name, address, city, notes, and maybe phone numbers, you can add your own query. Okay, you can add your own details here. And employee ID is the key. So suppose if the employee ID is 0012. So if you want to get the information of the employee whose ID is 0012, we have to request for a query to 0012, and then we will get all the information about that employee or a student whose roll number is 12. Okay, so this is what a query is. In simple words, query is a request to get the result of a data. Okay, to get the result of data. The next type of database object is form. A form looks like a window. It looks like a screen that contains many fields, or it may contain spaces to enter data. So a form, in simple words, when you go to get admission in the school, you enter the details in the form, right? And later on, the details from the form is entered in the computer in the office. Okay, so that is how a form looks like. And each field that holds a field label, so that any user who views the form gets an idea of its content. So the field also has the field label. Why it has the field label? So that whoever views the form can understand the content of the form. Like for example, in the form, in your admission form, you have name, right? That means your name should be written there. Phone number, your phone number should be written there. Email address, your email address should be written there. So those are the field labels, right? And a form is very user friendly than generating queries, which we learned previously, to create tables and insert data into fields. So form is much more user friendly than queries. Let us see one of the example, or let us see how a form looks like. This is how a form looks like. Customer ID, first name, last name, street address, okay, and so forth. Now there is a space here. You can enter the detail of the customer, or you can enter the detail of a student, the first name of the student, the last name of the student, and as you enter these details, this will be stored in the database. Okay, directly and automatically it will be stored in the database. So this is how a form looks like. Now let us understand the fourth and the last database object, that is report. Reports are a way to view, to format, and to summarize the information in Microsoft Access database. In simple words, report is like your report card, your result. What information does your report or result tells you, lets you know? The report card lets you know how you have performed, okay, in exam. So that is how the report in database object is. A report is a database object that comes quite handy when you want to present the information, right? When you want to show your result, that how much marks you have got, you cannot say it verbally. You have to show that, present that information, right? So that is what a report is, even in Access or in any DBMS. And report also contains information from tables and also information that are there in the report design. Okay, and reports are quite helpful because they allow us to present all the information of our database in a very easy to read format. So this is what a report is. Let us see how a report looks like. Okay, this is one of the format of a report: people name, class teacher, approach grade, subjects, assessed work, approach grade, and so forth. Okay, your result, your marks will be given here. Or this is like a report card, right? So this is how a report in database object looks like. This is one of the format. There can be many different formats. Now report also you can design it by yourself. Now let us understand how to start Microsoft Access 2010. The first step is to click Start button, right? You notice that this is the Windows Start button. Okay, so you have to click on this, and after that the option All Programs will appear. Now remember, if you are using the version 2010 OS or even 2008 of Microsoft, all programs won't appear directly. All the programs, this all program option will not appear. Instead, all the programs will be listed. Okay, so but if you are using below OS 2010 or 8, then you will get this option all programs. Okay, after that click Microsoft Office. Okay, you have to click on the Microsoft Office, and the fourth option is click Microsoft Access 2010. All the package, the whole package of Microsoft Office will appear, and from there you have to select Microsoft Office Access 2010. What is Microsoft Access 2010? Right, it is an information management tool that helps us to store information for reference in future, for reporting, and also for analyzing. Okay, analyzing the result, analyzing about how you are performing. And Microsoft Access helps us to analyze, like I said, examine or study large amounts of information, and also helps us to manage related data more efficiently, more properly than Microsoft Excel, which we have learned previously, spreadsheet. So by this we understand that Microsoft Access is much better and much efficient than Microsoft Excel or any spreadsheet applications. Let us understand some of the components of Microsoft Access window. The first one is the title bar. Title bar shows the title of the file. Then we have the quick access toolbar on the left hand side. You will notice that some quick access options are given here, like save, undo, redo, and other options are present. Then we have file tab. When you click on the file tab, a menu appears, and there are many options in the menu like save, save as, print. Okay, so these are some of the options that we have in the file. Then we have the ribbon. This whole part is known as the ribbon. This ribbon gives us the option to edit the data that we use. Then we have the navigation pane. The navigation pane is the window on the left hand side. This shows us all the files that we open, okay, all the files that we create. So we will see this in the navigation pane. Now this is somewhat similar to presentation. All right, all the pages are shown on the left window. Then we have the status bar. It shows us the record, how many records we have. Here you can see the records. This is the first record of 25 records, and there are other options that we here. You can directly search. If you remember the name of the cell that you are searching for, you can directly search here, and you also have an option to scroll it. The other component of Microsoft Access is tabbed documents. You notice here that the documents are tabbed here: database 1, database 2, and database 3. All of these are tabbed together. So this is another nice component of Microsoft Access window. Now let us understand quickly how to create a blank database in Access. But there are many different ways. There are 3 different ways how we can create database in Access. So first we'll be seeing how to create a blank database in Access. The first step is on the File tab, that is over here. On the File tab, when you click on the File tab, the option New will appear, and click on that New, and then click on Blank Database that you can see here. Click on Blank Database, and after that type a file name in the file name box that is present on the right hand side, and after that click on Create. Okay, click on Create. So when you click on Create, a blank database is created. Okay, these are the places where you have to click and type. Now let us see how to create database using a template. Template is a design which is already present in database. Let's see the steps. Now the first one is, if necessary, click the File tab and then choose Close Database to close any database that is open. Okay, you have to close all the database that is open in the Access, in Microsoft Access. Okay, so if necessary you can do that, and after that what you have to do is you have to click on template category. These are the template category. Okay, and then you have to click on the desired template that you want. There are many different templates which is already pre-designed and kept, so you can use any of the designed template of your desire. Then after that you have to type the name of your database, right? You have to type the name of the database over here, and after that you have to click on Create. And after you have clicked on Create, you have already created a database using a template. Now let us understand another way how we can create a database. Creating a database by downloading a template. Okay, by downloading a template. We can even download it from office.com. Now even here, if necessary, the first step is always to close all the database if it is open. So using the File tab, okay, click the File tab and then click on Close Database to close any open database. After that you have to click on office.com template category. This is the office.com template category. Then click on the desired template. Okay, you can click on the desired template, and after that many options would appear. You have to click on one of those to download it, and after it is downloaded you have to click on the file box, the file name box, where you can enter the file name, and after that you have to click on Create. Okay, you have to click on Create option. So this is how we can create database by downloading a template. So I hope you have understood what we have learned, and I want you to go through it again so that you can understand it much better. So keep studying well and keep learning well. This was video note number 2 for lesson number 7.